So here's a question to kick things off.
Mm-hmm.
Can your heart genuinely belong to two people at the same time?
That's a big one. And it's really the beating heart of Jenny Han's P.S. I Still Love You, isn't it?
Exactly. We're going to explore Lara Jean Covey's pretty complicated journey through all of that love, loyalty, figuring herself out within the pages of this book.
It's the second book in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy, picking up right where the first left off. Lots of teenage romance, sure, but also deeper stuff.
Right, like jealousy, figuring out friendships, growing up. And for those of you listening who, appreciate getting insights into themes like this, there's a YouTube channel called Mindful Moments.
Oh, yeah. What's that about?
Uses AI for book analysis, kind of sparks reflection, critical thinking. Might be up your alley if you like digging into these kinds of ideas efficiently.
Interesting. So our goal today is really to unpack the whole first love experience, specifically how Lara Jean deals with Peter Kavinsky and then, John Ambrose McLaren showing up again.
Let's get into it. P.S. I Still Love You throws us right back in. Lara Jean and Peter are, officially official now.
They are, but what's interesting is how fast that sort of perfect picture gets complicated by real-life stuff.
You mean like the hot tub video leaking?
Yeah.
Almost immediately?
Exactly that. It's not just high school gossip, is it? It's a first real test for them, dealing with public perception, navigating trust when things get messy from the outside.
Yeah, they're barely out of the gate, and boom, external pressure. And then there's Genevieve.
Jen, Peter's ex, and also Lara Jean's ex-best friend. That whole dynamic is tricky.
It really is, especially Peter's habit of, seeming to take Jen's side, even when it clearly makes Lara Jean uncomfortable or insecure.
That's a classic first relationship hurdle, isn't it? Dealing with your partner's past, those lingering ties. And Lara Jean's jealousy, it's not just petty. It feels like a genuine threat to their connection.
It highlights that vulnerability, that feeling of maybe not measuring up, especially when you're still figuring out who you are.
And right when that insecurity is bubbling up, who walks back into her life?
John Ambrose McLaren, another recipient of one of those letters.
The past literally comes knocking, or, writing back. His reappearance sets up a whole different kind of connection for Lara Jean.
It really does.
Yeah.
And they reconnect in such a sweet way, volunteering at the Bellevue retirement home.
Yeah, that setting feels important, a bit removed from the high school drama. And they start playing Assassin again, their old childhood game.
That game becomes a symbol, almost, doesn't it? It's not just nostalgia. It's like they're quietly rebuilding this bond based on shared history, maybe a calmer kind of understanding compared to
the intensity with Peter. Definitely. You've got the passionate, sometimes turbulent thing with Peter, and then this gentle, comfortable connection building with John Ambrose.
He's got this quiet charm. They have shared interests.
It's a stark contrast, and Lara Jean finds herself really drawn to that, which leads right back to your opening question. She starts genuinely questioning if she can feel something real for both of them. Is it possible to love two people?
And how do you even navigate that? It's the core emotional struggle of the book. Can she square these two different feelings, these two very different boys?
It forces her, and us really, to think about what love even means in that context. Is it one thing? Or can different people bring out different kinds of love? It's complex.
Absolutely. And exploring these kinds of character feelings, why they do what they do, the relationship dynamics, that's something a lot of us find really engaging, right?
Definitely. And, for listeners who enjoy this kind of analysis, getting into the why behind characters and stories, there are different ways to explore that.
Like the Mindful Moments channel you mentioned earlier, offering those concise AI takes.
Right, that's one angle. And our discussions here on our podcast, we also try to get into similar kinds of in-depth explorations of these themes from different sources.
True. It's about looking at how these stories reflect something about ourselves or relationships. And watching Lara Jean grapple with this messiness, it actually leads to some positive growth for her.
Yeah, it's not just about the triangle. Through all this turmoil, she starts learning some crucial things. Like takeaway number 1, the importance of actual communication. Open, honest talk.
We see her struggle with it, but she gradually starts finding her voice, like telling Peter how she really feels, even when it's hard, which is a big step from the beginning, where she might have just kept it inside.
Mm-hmm. And that ties into trust, doesn't it? She learns trust isn't just assumed. It has to be built and reinforced through being vulnerable and consistent.
You see the trust breaking down with Peter when they don't communicate, but maybe starting to build with John Ambrose because they're being more open, sharing things from their past.
Exactly. And another key thing takeaway two, maybe, is confronting her own insecurities. That feeling of needing to compare herself, especially to Jen.
How does John Ambrose play into that?
Well, he seems to appreciate Lara Jean just as she is, without the history and the drama Peter has with Jen. His presence kind of forces Lara Jean to think about her own value, what she actually wants and deserves in a partner, separate from Peter's world.
So stepping back, it really paints a picture of first love being...
Well, messy.
Right.
It's not straightforward.
Not at all. It's full of doubts, wrong turns, feelings, pulling you in different directions. The book doesn't shy away from that awkward, confusing reality.
Yeah.
That's takeaway 3, maybe? Embracing the messiness of figuring things out.
And she's not going through it totally alone, which is important too. Her family plays a big role. Her sisters, Kitty and Margot, and her dad.
Absolutely. That's a key takeaway. Number 4, the anchor of family. Margot coming back, even with her own stuff going on, gives Lara Jean perspective. And Kitty. Well, Kitty has her moments of surprising insight.
She cuts through the noise sometimes. And there's another figure who helps her grow, isn't there? Stormy.
Ah, Stormy at Bellevue, yes. She offers this fantastic intergenerational viewpoint on love and life. She's so direct. Totally. Her advice is unconventional, but it pushes Lara Jean to think beyond the immediate drama, beyond what maybe society or her peers expect, and consider what she truly wants.
It underlines that self-discovery takeaway 5 is this ongoing thing. Our relationships shape us, yes, but ultimately it's about understanding yourself, your own needs, your own heart.
So, wrapping up the main points we've seen through Lara Jean's story. First love is complicated, a real journey. Family support is crucial, and relationships are major catalysts for figuring out who you are.
Well put. It covers a lot of ground.
Okay, so here's something to leave you thinking about. How much do our past connections, those old letters or friendships, really shape how we feel right now? And what does it actually mean when we choose who to love? What does that choice say about us?
That's a deep one to ponder. It really gets to the heart of commitment and self-awareness.
Indeed. And for all of you listening, if you want to explore more stories like this that make you think, we definitely encourage you to subscribe so you don't miss our future conversations.
Yeah, and please share this discussion with friends or anyone you think might find it interesting or connect with Lara Jean's experiences.
We'll also put a link in the description if you want to grab a copy of P.S. I Still Love You and experience the whole story yourself.
And most importantly, we hope this chat encourages you to keep thinking critically, about the complexities of relationships in books, in movies, and in your own life.